I'm doing the intro.
Hi, Nick.
What's up, Nick?
I didn't know. So this is Fair Fight for UFC Fight Card 261. I'm Nick. I do no jiu-jitsu.
And I'm Break.
Okay.
Because I break things.
You have like a different name every time.
Yeah.
You just make an
I'm just
gonna
till one lands, man.
Okay, I
till
got
one
you.
lands.
What's up? This is Lenny here as usual. We got a guest today, Caleb coming in. A big
What
MMA
up?
fan, I guess. Are you?
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
a big fan. I mean, trained some Muay Thai, but not enough to brag about it.
Fuck yeah.
But
We're
happy
here
to be
because
here.
Caleb messaged us in a flurry, literally minutes before the weigh-ins.
Gotta get here.
Gotta get there. Now. Gotta move. Gotta groove. Gotta get back and get funky with it. So we got to the weigh-ins because the last fight card happened here.
We attempted to infiltrate, by the way. We tried our fucking best. We attempted to infiltrate the system. We
We're still blocks away
we
from
came
where
in
this all
confident.
went down.
And
we
we're-
went full Harry Met Lloyd mode, trying to come in like fake journalists.
Yeah. I was like, I know Megan Olivia, so I'm a close friend. I'm on the list. Just check it. You know, it didn't work out. It's all right. So we did what we could. We shot a little bit of the weigh-ins.
Did you
and
say
it
your
was a
name
fun
right?
time. What?
Did you say your name right? Maybe that's why you didn't get in.
Oh,
You
we
said
Benavides.
Olives or something.
Because I say dumb shit like that.
No.
Oh. I should have said
She might be a Benavides.
Should have said Megan Benavides. They would have been like, oh, okay, you know.
That's the password.
They were really nice. Everybody at the event, like the staff, seemed in a good mood. It's just rare to see that in Jacksonville
Because everyone's just so excited and amped to just be back
Be a part
officially.
of something bigger.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I mean, you know, people that usually are here working are just pissed off all the time. It's just like a different vibe. It
Because
was
there's
great.
just like shitty teams here, and like just Icemen playing.
Yeah, I don't even know. I
Who's
still
the
am not.
Iceman?
I still am not sure
What
what the
about
ice
those
is.
Friends with an Iceman player. You're
I
like-
watch their games. I watch their games.
How dare
dude.
you?
But then UFC's here.
All right. So UFC happens. It's a magical card, I think.
It
Personally.
literally
This is the best
couldn't-
card
It
we've
couldn't
seen.
be
I've
better.
never seen.
Couldn't be better. It was fucking
This tops every McGregor card.
crazy. It was crazy.
In
Top to
terms of
bottom.
like shock value,
I screamed.
Oh.
first fight to the
in
last.
terms of, every minute of this was just
Yeah.
entertaining from start to finish.
As if I was sitting on my tuffet and along beside me a spider. I screamed.
Yeah,
At the
from
top
early
of my lungs.
from early prelims, legitimately from early prelims
And then
to
did you say you
the
screamed
last fight of the
something
night.
race?
I screamed race war.
After White
We'll
Man-
get to that.
Holy shit!
We got to take it from the top.
Holy shit, boys!
Man.
Lots to talk about here.
Let's take it from the
Let's
tippy.
go from the first fight. Let's just go Molina versus Aori. Okay,
This is fight of the night.
these chicks came out trying to knock each other's heads off, son. And like the crowd was just amping them like to another level. Like it just kept on building. They were just
Wait, this is your fight of the
Wait,
night?
you said Molina?
yeah. Is that how you say it? I mean, no,
No,
sorry,
it's
no.
Carnelasi versus
I was
Na.
looking at the wrong names. Yeah, that was the second fight. of the
Leon
night.
Na.
That one chick is so buff. Like she came out like comparatively.
She's
to the
jacked.
other one.
Yeah, I didn't.
We saw her at the weigh-ins and we're like, there's so much more meat and power
Yeah.
on that lady. And then we saw the other girl walk in from China.
Yeah, I was thinking Na was gonna get straight knocked out.
Na didn't
quick.
eat enough.
Nah.
You know, she cut too much.
Yay.
Probably.
Come on.
That's what we said. We were watching it, and it was like, yeah.
Jackson. I think Jacksonville gave.
You mean Liang Na? Fucking.
I think Jacksonville gave Chinese people enough shit while they were here.
Oh man.
I'm not sure if we should build on that.
Damn
Yeah.
right.
But
Yeah.
man, they let them have it. Every Chinese fighter we saw out come in the weigh-ins was just like
This
"Bruh."
whole card is literally China versus the U.S., bro. No matter how you look at it,
They
it's
did-
like 10 Chinese fighters.
And did they not win one fight?
It was just Dana.
the Mongolian guy.
Yeah, the Mongolian guy that
He's
won.
not Chinese.
I mean,
He's Mongolian.
Yeah, they fought.
He's
How
still,
dare
he's
you?
still.
They fought.
I remember him wearing
They
waving
fought
a
each
Chinese
other
flag.
for
yeah.
He
a long
came
time.
out with the special hat on. He had that new hat drip, bro. He
Oh, I
had,
remember.
yeah, that he had the power.
It was like the Majin Buu kind of.
I like, yeah.
But he did barely win a decision. One of many.
I think
ones
they
that are
all fell
arguable.
tonight. You know,
They did.
they all fell.
All the the people. From China, everybody on the plane that came here for a fight lost their fight
Can we,
on that one flight.
if we're going on the early prelims, was Vargas an early prelim or a prelim?
Vargas was early prelim. He was a third fight.
Now, that fight had one of my favorite moments of the night in it, because who was he up against?
Zhurong.
Zhurong. There's a moment when he starts flossing, and Vargas immediately punches him in the face.
You need to do
Just
that.
snaps
Yeah.
his fucking head back, and then proceeds to win the match. And I don't know what that cute shit was, but it's funny because it happened at the weigh-ins as well. Like, the guy held up the flag, and he was like, "Come on, let's hit this pose together." And Vargas is like, "My pose is the finger, like the hard finger." But so when this guy comes up and he's like, he's got the flag and he's like, "Wow, let's do the double bicep, bro." And Vargas is just like, "This is a game to you.
This is silly.
This is a game.
You're silly.
You're fighting for yuan. I'm fighting for pesos. I don't
Yeah.
think we're fighting for the same thing." But yeah, I was refreshed to see anytime someone dances in the ring and gets their head snapped back, I'm for it.
Like paying for what they've just done.
You got
In
this
our
far.
city, how
Yeah.
dare you?
How you gonna come over here?
I'm going to be saying that all night. How dare you?
I'm never a fan of the showboating. I'm glad when that kind of shit happens for sure.
Yeah, might as
But
well.
he didn't get knocked out, but he lost a decision.
So, what?
Anyways, back to the Mongolian guy,
Jeff Molina versus Aorta.
Bacharel?
Bacharel. That's how you say it. Against
I feel like
the
it's
other
pronounced Baccarat or something. They said.
who knows, man.
Yeah.
The names on this card might be the hardest ones. So
Hardest fights, hardest names.
it was fucking awesome, though. I mean, it's worth it. All right. Feliz Navidad, Kevin Navidad.
Natividad.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Got his ass beat. He got KO'd. He got KO'd in round one. So, Feliz Navidad to Kevin. So on to the prelims, man. Sabatini, he beat Tristan Connolly fair and square. I'm a big Connolly fan. I back him big time. And he came back in the third round, okay? And I was thinking, maybe he's going to get that finish. And he was looking good. He was looking like his cardio was on point. But Sabatini was a lot better than I thought, to be honest.
Yeah,
with
for
you.
how much he was getting controlled
Yeah.
the whole time, he had a lot of will and energy to explode. I didn't expect that in the last round either.
Yeah, he had Gritty on his side, is what how I feel about the whole matter. Because when Gritty's coming for you, oh man, he's getting up in your business.
The gritty man.
Yeah, y'all know.
Fear the gritty man, bro.
You guys know Gritty, right?
Yeah. Gritty like Ally Quinta Gritty.
Yeah.
Are you talking about a guy named Gritty? Did
Talking
you
about
know?
the Philadelphia mascot, Gritty.
Oh.
Y'all don't know Gritty? Oh man.
I'm not from Philly, bro.
Oh, it's funny is when
What sport was it?
I think he's for the Philadelphia Flyers, so hockey. But when
I think he says, but I know Gritty.
it's actually funny when the elections were going down and the big debate was going on over if Philadelphia could flip the state of Pennsylvania for Trump or Biden. People in France who were watching the election were confused about who Gritty was. So French ESPN did a showcase called Je suis Gritty.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that. It was like a meme, right?
Yeah, everyone was having fun with it. But,
Wow.
But anyways, more hockey news.
Right. No, dude. Okay, let's keep this thing going. Brendan Allen, submission in round 1 over Roberson. I wasn't sure who was going to take this fight. Roberson's got the knockout power and all the fancy
This is my favorite
moves.
submission.
It was pretty dope.
Was it ankle lock?
Yeah. I love seeing those. I want to see more.
Because Robertson thought he could heel hook the guy, and he was in that 50-50 position where it's the reason why it's called 50-50 is because it's a race. For those of you who don't know what leg entanglements are, because when you don't know what that is, like it literally just looks like spaghetti.
Right,
you know, it just looks like you don't know what you're like. You don't know. I know. I'm aware of how many people don't know what they're looking at. They don't know what's happening. They don't know what the risks are.
I've seen this and I've done this. I've rolled around, in that position and not had a goddamn clue. It just looked like an idiot. Just like just playing with legs. Like, what do I do with the foot? This way?
Put it in your mouth.
It's very stressful.
Yeah,
when you don't know.
It's painful when someone does it correctly to you. I'm sure you've rolled a lot more than I have.
It's something you have to respect very quickly.
You just have to learn like the places to grab and get leverage at, basically, and how to
these are
put your body.
Techniques that like you don't like. That's why we don't. These are the reason these exist. And the reason why we don't have like, new people roll for like a month or so is because these things exist pretty much. It's like these are the things where, you make a mistake and, some new person can blow out their knee because they turned the wrong way.
And you're fucked up for a year or maybe.
Yeah. And I guess like a lot of people don't know that position is like literally a race. It's like, if he doesn't get that heel hook, he can get that, ankle lock or toe hold or whatever he fucking wants, He should have like pummeled his legs through to the other side so that he wasn't vulnerable to getting a leg lock. But kudos to both of these guys, man. He went for it, and I love Robertson for it, and I love Brendan Allen for it. There needs to be more of this. I feel like this is going to be the future. It's just spaghetti.
This card had everything, dude. I mean, we had submission. we got some submission action. We got some knockouts. We got some.
It's gonna happen, man. Like Gordon Ryan signed a contract when we won NFC, man.
Spaghetti combat.
Spaghetti leg lock lake combat. I'm gonna make a gym called Leg Lock Lake one day, maybe. Remember like Armbar Cave?
Armbar Cave,
or
Leg Lock Lake.
Yeah, or like
Laura Alley.
Yeah, or Rear Naked Mountain or some shit. Just naming like things after submissions.
Kimura on the mountain.
Rear Naked Mountain sounds like.
Oh, welcome to the stage. Rear
Oh, you know what that sounds. I don't have to say it. But anyway.
Yeah.
Let's hope that movie doesn't get made.
And then we got welterweight. Wait, what?
Oh.
I'll tell you what, I buy it.
I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what they're not going to make a movie of is Dwight Grant's super questionable, super up in the air. Maybe it's probably this is the chin scratcher of the night.
This is probably the least legit thing of the night.
This was
everything in this card is so fucking real that this was the fakest shit.
The craziest thing about the decision is it is him losing so badly in the last round. You know what I mean? Usually that's like you're done. You win the fight, especially.
He was on. If I remember correctly, Dwight Grant was on his back by the end of the third round.
At the end of the second and the end of the third.
Yeah.
He got slammed. Or not slammed, but he got put down on the ground.
Like over and over and over again.
I want to say 2 or 3 times in the final round.
He wasn't out striking
I think Grant maybe won the first round, if I remember correctly. Is that accurate or not?
Look, I wanted Dwight Grant to win.
He had his moments.
I'm saying maybe, yeah.
He had his little moments, but they were baby moments compared to the moments Sekulic had.
Yeah, I might have
That's just absolutely crazy. That decision.
I might have had a pint of blood or 2 riding on this fight, and I still.
I'm glad I didn't. I'd be purple.
Because didn't we bet on Dwight Grant? We did. Yeah. So
but I didn't feel good about the win.
Right. I don't want.
And
that.
I don't think he did either. He looked at Sekulic and he was just like, "Hey, man, that's how it goes." Sometimes he didn't. It didn't feel very like, "Oh yeah, that's right." It seemed like Dwight Grant was like, "Yeah, this is not my best look, but I'll take it. I'll always take the money."
Speaking of the money, I told you guys, told you so about this Randy Brown pick.
You did.
This was 100%, and I think he was an underdog. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. He was at least an even money underdog, which means you got somebody that'll bring you even money that shouldn't bring you even money. Like, so this is the only time you're gonna get, you put in 100, you get 100 back. Next fight, you're not gonna get Randy Brown for that. But I just knew for sure he was gonna beat Alex Oliveira.
Yeah, Lenny said that there was a 0% chance Oliveira wins this fight.
But there was a lot of animosity between them, right?
I don't know what that was all about. That was from the early weigh-ins, I think. There was some weird thing going on. I don't know. But, he got submitted. Alex Oliveira.
Yeah, it only takes one arm.
Yeah, but
Oliveira
is the submission guy. Everybody knows that. It's wild. Randy Brown's good, man. Underrated.
A lot of people just sit there with
happy.
one arm, thinking they're safe.
It's
like as long as I'm holding on to that other arm, type shit.
Right. As a Caribbean boy who was born in a coconut and had to break out from the interior with my egg tooth, I
couldn't imagine what you had to go through.
It was rough, but I truly felt the Caribbean fire burning within me this night.
Nice.
I was glad that Randy Brown, because during the walkouts, Oliveira had the spiciest walkout. I'll say he's
a fan favorite.
He did not even give Randy Brown the cover photo. Oliveira came out, measured his hair, and then cracked a joke and walked off stage with his cowboy hat.
Super disrespectful.
And
just diss the man.
And all the disrespect in all of these fights, all of the disrespect just came back around. These people were sowing and sowing and sowing, and then
now they reap. Yeah, they reap.
Yes, I was proud of my boy Randy Brown for knocking this fucker on his ass.
Yeah,
this card is a Bible verse.
There's literally everything.
It's
man.
a masterpiece.
Fucking everything.
It couldn't have gone any better. Well, not really. It couldn't have gone. It could have gone better for some of these fights.
I don't know, dude. To see your boy Anthony Smith get a KO in the first round. I mean, I was
that was so relieving.
I was really going for him.
It was very controversial actually, because Crute broke his.
It's still TKO first round. You're done.
It's still he still wanted to continue though.
This is I was so caught up on all the other leg shenanigans tonight. I forgot about this.
This is spaghetti walking.
This is the wiggly guy.
It's similar to what happened to O'Malley, where it's like his leg just turned off and he stepped on it, and that's when he rolled it.
What do you call it? Dead foot or some shit?
Oh my god,
drop foot. Yeah.
Anthony Smith.
This is different though. This is a little bit different.
He just went and used his poison touch on Crute's kneecap. He's like, this is
dude.
It wasn't the kneecap like O'Malley's was, right? Because wasn't it?
No, O'Malley he rolled his ankle.
He just
or whatever,
took some wire cutters and he just went and clipped all the tendons in there,
bro.
It was messed up.
This was and Crute was landing the leg kicks.
Perfect fucking kick.
It was very beautiful.
I mean, it was literally a perfect.
The beauty of it was that Crute was going at it with the leg kicks on Anthony Smith. If he wasn't landing much, but he was trying to fucking get somewhere with the leg kicks.
If you can't take it,
And then the first, I think that was the first leg or one of the first leg kicks that
he didn't throw a lot to that point. I don't think
he didn't throw a lot of leg kicks, but I remember thinking, damn, that's the second or third leg kick Anthony Smith has thrown, if not the first, and it just ends the fight pretty much. It was beautiful to watch.
It was awesome.
Kudos to Crute for getting the takedown right after things went south on the feet.
Yeah, that was crazy that he kept it rolling for a minute.
Yeah.
But come on, dude, you're just gonna hurt yourself more. You got finished. It is what it is. It's like somebody like getting their head knocked off and still trying to fight. You don't have a
Yeah,
head,
he was
man.
mad. He punched.
That ain't gonna work.
The look on he punched the pillar of the octagon when the doctor called it.
Well, he got like anime finish,
and then
bro.
fell.
Like,
And then fell because his fucking leg twisted again. You know.
Yeah.
He got beaten like the way that like Kakashi would beat you or something. We saw like in video game like role. We saw a nat 20 immediately followed by a nat 1.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Because
saw
the difference between the Krutz leg kick and Anthony Smith's finisher leg kick was that his leg kick landed behind the knee.
Right.
If you watch the replay, Krut kind of was at an awkward angle, I guess. I don't know if he was trying to check it or whatever. But that shin landed behind the knee. You ever see a military move where like they go up behind the guy and they like kick, they like just slam the knee, you know? Yeah, there's a reason why you slam behind the knee, you know? It's because it's fucked. If you just crush the back of the fucking knee, there's tendons. Yeah, there's very like fragile tendons there, and you just like landed a perfect shin kick right behind the knee, not in front.
I mean, give Anthony Smith, give him somebody this time. Give him somebody that's going to get him a number 1 contender spot.
Yeah.
Top 5.
Because I mean, he beat Gustafsson.
What is his rank?
He fucking he could have beat John Jones maybe if he didn't get illegally kneed in the face, you know, and knocked out right before one of the rounds ended.
I think he should fight Glover again.
Glover
what they're
Teixeira is the
thinking,
number
yeah.
1 contender.
Yeah, that's what
for
they're
sure.
thinking.
Yeah.
But anyways, speaking of leg kicks,
This is a nat 1, people. You ever playing Dungeon Dragons with your Dungeon Master and you say your DM's being cruel? You show them this video and you say, this is what a nat 1 looks like. People,
I don't even want to remember this moment.
I'll never forget.
Proof that the simulation is real.
one of the gnarliest things I have seen on a card.
It really
ever.
makes you think we're just a bag of skin with a couple bones in there. You know what I mean? It's just like, and it wiggles.
Really?
I was-
A bag of ones and
Or a
zeros
bag of-
inside a larger bag of ones.
This
and
was
zeros.
this was at the gym. This was topic of the night. Was the Weidman break, man? Everyone's like, is it microfractures? Like, what the fuck? Like a wear and tear? Like, is that what it?
A random man that I encountered on the street today started talking to me about this thing.
I remember explaining like to the people I was,
Right
I was
before I
watching.
left work, a random man was like, "Did you see that thing?"
I remember explaining to the people I was watching the fights with because they weren't so privy to leg kicks. I was explaining what Hall did was totally the correct thing to do to defend
He
against.
checked it,
what-
Yeah.
He checked it
It was a
hard.
beautiful check.
Yeah.
He did the check where you do a slight step back and you turn your knee to where you want them. You're not completely avoiding the leg kick. You're making them hit the side of the knee where it's the hardest part, arguably the hardest part of your body. You know, it's almost as hard as your skull. So
I'm used to seeing people check by raising their leg and move over like that, but I'm ignorant, so I don't know a ton about checking.
still, the way that looked, even with like looking back to Anderson, also the stars must have aligned to that night. You know, it's so strange and spooky how things just made a huge turn, like circle, because the same thing happened to Anderson Silva when he fought Chris Weidman in the second fight, I believe.
Yeah,
Remember that famous leg
The
kick?
gif?
Where Anderson Silva, the same thing happened, except he
Put
didn't
it in
step
here.
back. Yeah,
It's old enough. We can get
it's
away with
iconic
it.
enough, and it's so weird that guy in that fight was Chris Weidman. You know?
Yeah,
and
now
it's like,
people are calling this the curse of the spider.
yeah.
And Hall is the first UFC fighter to win without throwing a single strike.
That's what I was saying.
17
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't have to throw a single strike.
He just
and he got to be the only person ever to knock somebody out without a strike. He's going to be the only person to ever do that, I think.
And Uriah Hall, it's the look, because I saw a video of Uriah Hall knocking out this guy in the Contender Series with the wheel kick,
spinning back.
and the look that he gave the guy, because the guy was out and like possibly like about to die, and Uriah Hall's just like looking at him, just like, you know, God, like
like he was
he
questioning
looked
his
away,
entire
he
life.
looked away. He's like, I can't look at that. I can't look at what I did
can't
to
believe I
that
did
guy.
this. Right.
Yeah, and then the same. It was the
Really?
same look. It was the same exact like just same exact look that I saw. I had that when I saw the look on Uriah, because he just looked away.
I got nothing but
Again,
respect
you
for
know?
Chris Weidman.
Yeah,
And it was like, because when I saw Chris Weidman on the floor, you look at his leg, he's just on the ground, and his leg just looks like just mush.
Yeah,
It
like
literally
taco
just
meat.
looks flattened. It looks like a truck ran over his foot or
He's
something.
a cartoon character.
Yeah. It was so like just
So nice.
real.
Oh man, I screamed. I think I was the only one in the house who actually saw this happen as it was happening, and I screamed at the top of my lungs. And Lenny like came out. They waited like 3 minutes to show the replay on
Yeah.
this
Yeah, I
one.
remember
They
that.
they were like
They
I
were
think
like making sure that they could like they were like
legally,
wait,
yeah, legally do this.
This
and
isn't
they were
like disclosing his
and John
medical-
Anik is like, viewer discretion may be advised. And I was like,
I was screaming, I laughed, I cried, I screamed race war, and I think I screamed Jamaica. I played a medley on a steel drum.
Dana White said that it was super loud, the sound of it.
The bone crack.
yeah,
he
yeah,
said
it was like a
he
gunshot.
said I could hear that over the crowd easily.
Yeah,
Oh my!
it was loud.
That's
Yeah,
Oh
the
my
worst.
fuck, boys! That's
and
so bad.
and the worst part, what makes this worse than the Anderson one, is that he stepped back. He didn't notice it was broken until he stepped back on it, and it just completely folded. Remember that, where he just and his leg turned into cheese.
that was my least favorite part of the movie. You know what I mean? No, I just fast forward that.
It
part.
was. I was practicing leg kicks today, and I was thinking, man, what if that fucking happens? You know,
Yeah.
like
You're-
On an infinite time
I'm
scale,
glad.
it will.
I'm glad I didn't lose my mind. Like I thought the thing was gonna happen again.
Throw up.
Yeah, just like fucking pass out from that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I went
Yeah.
and laid in a dog bed for a minute. I couldn't handle it.
I mean, I was in pain. I genuinely, I recoiled in the way that you do when you see like blood like just shoot out of someone's wrists or something.
See, I'm okay with that somehow. The blood thing is fine.
It's like it's when you see the open meat and you see the veins and stuff in there.
Yeah, the meat's a little weird.
And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't like that. But
Man, can he ever fight the same? Let's acknowledge the fact that Weidman has been cursed.
He's not going to fight again.
He has been so cursed in his career.
bro,
Like he's had such a the story of Chris Weidman is the most in my opinion, like top 5 tragic stories in the UFC for sure.
That's what Anthony Smith said when they were interviewing him backstage. The kick happened, and he heard the crowd, and he's like, "What just happened?" Because he heard the crowd's noise, and they were like, "Chris Weidman's leg just did the same thing Anderson's did," and he's like, "Fucking dude can't catch a break, man."
Yeah.
He literally said that at the interview. That's so true. It sucks.
And another thing to add to the stars aligning was when we were at the weigh-ins, there was a group of people in front of us, and they all had orange shirts on, and I didn't realize what it said until Weidman came out and pointed at us, and they all cheered. And Team Weidman on really faded, and I think we were sitting behind his parents or something, but it was just weird circumstances.
yeah, there was a bunch of people, Team Weidman, in the area that we were sitting, and I hope they didn't all like kill themselves. When they saw
Yeah.
that's the worst. Did you see your guy's career end? Like in the worst. I wouldn't wish this on my enemies. Well, maybe some of them.
I mean Silva came back after
Did he?
that. Yeah. I mean he never fought the same again though. He never
yeah,
fought
man,
the same
I think
again.
that's it. He was towards the end, anyways. I'm not going to call it.
What does the doctor tell you after this? Like, be careful when you throw leg kicks at the gym and
I
stuff.
don't know when you're
when it
fucking
heals
40
up.
years old or
They
how.
say, I hope you can.
What is the protocol?
Hopefully he won't check it
don't
next
throw
time.
leg kicks. Don't throw them as hard anymore, or
Right.
avoid.
Don't throw him at
What
that guy.
did they tell Silva in Brazil when this shit happened? Well, I think the UFC treated Silva, but
Y'all continue. I'm just gonna check on the batteries real quick.
Go for it.
But yeah, then we have another spectacular title bout going into the gold section here. We got Shevchenko versus Andrade.
Jeez. I thought it was pretty baller for Shevchenko to beat Andrade pretty much at her own game.
In this way, yeah. This is like, and speaking of people like not fighting again, like I think Andrade might come back, but god damn, dude, like that must be like demoralizing to just
to think I have this one thing against Shevchenko, I'm gonna rely on my ground game and know that I can do that, and then for her to just she got like dumped on her head like 6 times or something like that. By Shevchenko.
She got like judo thrown.
I don't know how people haven't figured it out yet with Valentina. It's
no, because there was I forgot who it was that controlled her on the ground for a little bit.
Nunez. Oh no, you're talking about Kat Zingano. Or wait, no, she didn't fight her.
She lost, but
oh, who was that?
I think it was Jennifer Maya. Yeah, I think it was Jennifer Maya who was like kind of like controlling her on the ground for a bit and not being in danger and just being dominant. And then and Andrade like was referencing that, and just in her interview is just like, yeah, like that's her one weakness.
It wasn't Chukagan, was it? She got dominated too.
No, I think Chukagan. I want to say it's Jennifer Maya. I might be wrong though. But yeah, she looked at that and said that that's a weakness, and god damn, I guess not. I guess that's all Shevchenko worked on is the ground game and throws.
She's good at everything, dog. I mean, it's fuck.
Once she got a body lock, it was over. Andrade was on her ass and already passed. Yeah, there's no guard retention or anything. It's just once.
Basically, just stuck like this.
Yeah, she's just thrown straight into side control, just over and over and over again, and she just could not get her guard game going on or anything, man.
I'm furious about this fight, as I've said many times on this show before. Shevchenko's a menace, and she needs to be stopped.
What?
Someone's got to put an end to this.
Ain't gonna happen, dude.
She's just become a Kazakhstani retirement plan for female fighters.
She's only 33 too. So
I know, but they just send you into the lion's den. Right. To have your career ended, and I can't have this keep happening. Wait, she's not Kazakhstan. She's Kyrgyzstanian, I believe.
Yeah, well,
I thought she was Kazakhstan.
She's Peruvian.
She's either Kazakhstan or Kyrgyzstan.
Her nationality is Peruvian, but she grew up in
I think Kazakhstan.
Kyrgyzstan.
Oh yeah, you're right, Kyrgyzstan.
Okay, I knew it was one of the stands, but
stand by me.
Stand by for God. This is terrible. We need to stop this.
I think
I didn't bet money on Andrade, but I bet my pride, and I feel like a fool. And
I put a bit of Bitcoin on Shevchenko because there was a line for her that's plus 125 for a finish. Fucking 5 rounds. You know she's gonna finish that chick. Vegas is wilding with these little betting lines.
I mean, Andrade is that is her game. She can't throw motherfucker. I mean, she slammed Nama Nunes.
Yeah, I thought she was going to pick Shevchenko up and put her down, and she did not pick her up or put her down once, and Shevchenko picked her up and put her down
many times.
So many times that it's all right. She's a menace.
I don't see her losing that belt anytime soon, dog. It's fucking over.
I know, right?
For that, wait, there's literally like, who is she going to fight next? Literally,
division's over.
Here it is. The current state of the ladies' UFC. We've got a Dr. Doom just standing straight from Latveria, standing atop her iron castle, waiting to be assaulted, and no one can do it.
Yeah, there are 3 divisions that are basically locked up in that same way, and it's the 3.
Yeah, it's just 2 dominant ass champions, or 3 now.
Fuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, this is what you all wanted.
Speaking of
not entertained.
Speaking of what we wanted.
Oh man!
Speaking of what I wanted, what America wanted, this is
the most beautiful thing in MMA I've
Doug
seen.
Rose
honestly,
winning her belt back was quite a moment in the sport.
Unexpected too. Yeah. You know, honestly, the odds were stacked against her in my head a little bit, but then again, like I said, she beat Joanna twice.
She was the smallest underdog in like within the 3 title fights, but she was still a pretty big underdog, like plus 225 or something.
The self-affirmation thing really was incredible to see, where she's just like, I'm the best, and like locking eyes with Bailey, I'm the best over and over, and then like to see the relationship with Pat Barry and her afterwards, like who's the best, like just They seem like
Should
an
I?
unstoppable team.
Take care.
Hell yeah.
All right, and we are back. To sync up all the audio.
USA versus China.
Did you cry?
I cried. I teared up.
Joe Rogan
Everybody
cried.
cried.
I didn't. I cried.
Inside you were.
No, I cried during Uriah Hall.
Cried for the race war part.
I cried for that. I cried for that white man's bones.
I was so relieved that it just happened the way it happened. Just
Right.
how beautifully it was. I don't think Wei Li, did she land anything? She landed like a leg kick
And she I think she hit her a couple times, yeah, but it was
and then like a jab, maybe
Yeah.
one jab.
So this is the
she didn't even have a chance to get into that clinch situation that I thought
No,
I thought was going to
that-
be the
yeah.
key, yeah.
She didn't even get to do that, and Namajunas was landed solid jabs, like 3 solid jabs, and then the thing happened. That magical, just astronomical thing just happened. The stars aligned. She steps in and goes for it. It's not a question mark kick, but it's like the same intention as a question mark kick.
So I was going to ask you, it seemed like she was lulling her into the false sense of security of keeping her high guard or what have you with the jabs, right?
It's a very like Muay Thai like instinct to like if you get leg kicked, now you gotta get ahead on a leg kick.
Right.
You gotta answer right back. It's like a bam bam, like like leg kick. Okay, I'm gonna land a leg kick now. So I think Wei Li was just so ready for Namajunas to kind of catch up on that leg kick race that she wasn't expecting. The first kick for her to throw was a fucking high kick, and it just fucking smacks her in the fucking face, and she just like drops down stiff as a board, and Namajunas just like jumps on it, gets like 3 hammer fists in. Wei Li is still like fetal position pretty much, turned back exposed on her fucking side, just eating fucking hammer fists.
Yeah, the hammer fists were brutal.
And then she ate 2 or 3 shots, ref calls it, and then Wei Li immediately gets up and just like,
Questions the call.
Yeah, but she she was out of it. She was stumbling around.
No, yeah. She didn't realize what happened.
Yeah.
That's why I watched it a million times over. Like, was that like a sketchy stoppage? And no, I think that was good. It was perfect.
It was magical. It felt like something out of it felt like it was like, all right, well, if they're gonna try to do that thing that they do where they try to make like a money ball or an I, Tanya, or what's the one with the race car driver from Brazil, Senna. Yeah, it's like, okay, it's gonna be Thug Rose. They tried this with Rousey, and she became a bitch, and everyone got done. Everyone was over her. Everyone was glad to be over.
No, Hollywood kind of got involved and like promoted her as like a knockout artist out of nowhere. But
Thug Rose,
yeah.
I'm like, this is a complete story. It's got an arc. It's got a beginning, a middle, and end. First act, second act, third act.
Because the pressure, I felt the pressure kind of like I felt the pressure for her. It was like this. If you were fighting, I don't know, like, or if you had to do like a, what was it? I don't know.
I'm fighting.
I don't know what you would have to that you would have to compete in. Like, it was.
I'm podcasting against Leo Laporte.
Yeah, or something. How much pressure is that, dude? How relieved would you be to just like crush
And
it?
she's up against the girl that beat her, and it's like, it's very Dustin Poirier. It's very trying to think here. It feels, it's why they do it. It's for the story. If you're into this for the story, this is it.
Right.
There's heart. Thug Rose seems like a nice girl. I don't know her personally. She might be, she might fart in the bed or something.
That's what you have to say.
God
God damn it.
It's not an issue you have to deal with anyway. So she can fart all over her own bed.
Smell like roses, I hear.
That's
don't
Pat
fart in my
Mary's
bed.
issue, man.
Yeah.
Her husband's just like, you're the best. You are the
I
best.
told you, your farts are the greatest of all time.
Hey, how much did she win off of this? Did Dana give her a bonus? Did
Yeah,
Dana?
$50,000 bonus.
You get title fights.
Broker
That's
off.
the bonus.
No,
That's the
title
bonus.
fights are a minimum $500,000 now, but I'm sure it's like upwards of $1 or $2 million.
Plus-
You
the
think
stadium
that just
and,
defensively after this whole Paul Askren thing, Dana White would just be like, all right, pay these people enough that they stop going to this carnival thing. Like,
Yeah. I mean, that's what Jake Paul immediately like stabbed Dana White for. You know, it's like you don't pay your fighters. Type shit.
you can't give that
Right
kid
after
the
this.
leverage, Dana.
Yeah.
All you got to do is pay these people more, and you take that away from him.
Yeah.
You can't talk shit.
Exactly.
I mean, he didn't really pay his fighters either.
Paid
Yeah,
Askren.
so called. Yeah.
He paid-
He could say he made like 1.5. What do you?
The highest paid guy on the card was somebody that nobody knows. Can't remember his name. I don't even know. I think he was the only real boxer on the whole thing.
Oh, man. Well, thankfully, this was all real boxers on this card.
Yeah, thankfully this is real fighters.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
This isn't a fucking circus.
Real fight hours.
Yeah, this is a competition. This is a legit competition with fucking broken shins and fucking
I bet Weidman was paid off.
fucking real things on the line.
I bet they
you know?
paid Weidman to take the dive, bro.
Whoa.
Think about it.
What if that's the first thing? This fight is so fixed.
This is just fucking
Fake.
wrestling, bro. This is WWE.
I see what's going on here. Paul paid Chris Weidman.
Yeah, there's no
make his
no
shit
amount of
weak.
money for that.
Hey, I just want that person who's there. Not buying it.
Well,
Oh,
let's
man.
address the elephant in the room, boys. Fucking Masvidal gets slobber knocked to death.
Talk about taking a dive.
He probably got
Got
hit.
sent into the 18th
fuck-
dimension.
He turned this bearded man into a baby face pretty much.
Shit was
You
crazy.
saw that like Masvidal had been possessed by a shit-talking demon, and Kamaru Usman just like exorcised it from his body.
Yeah.
In that instance, like that holy fist. You saw like the essence leave Masvidal.
He had sweat all over his head, so it aided to the shot where it's just like.
Yeah,
like the
so you
whole-
see just like
I heard those were all tears. He punched right out of his eyes.
Yeah.
it was all the oxygen he had left. It
Right.
just left his fucking body.
Yeah, this felt apt because we've been on. Florida's been on kind of a tear. Like the last 4 concerts I went to, not in Florida, people were shouting out Ron DeSantis on some like weird like, "Hey man, this is all possible because of Ron DeSantis."
Wait, what are we talking about?
Oh, I was just saying, Florida as a state's been on a tear, and so
Because he allows.
because
no restrictions
Ron
or
DeSantis
whatever.
is trying to become the sunglasses governor.
I mean, Dana White was praising DeSantis.
Yeah.
Colby Covington was praising DeSantis because they're like, this is how things are supposed to be.
I went to-
people are actually doing their own fucking shit in this state.
I went to a concert. People were like, "Yeah, I just want to shout out Ron DeSantis." I went to a podcast festival, and everyone was like, "Yeah, just got to shout out Ron DeSantis." And I'm like, "What?" And I was like, "This must be stopped."
All right,
This-
all right. Like,
And so Masvidal coming to Jacksonville, and everyone trying to put all that Florida energy. He's Florida Jesus, man.
he's straight Jesus. He fought with Kimbo Slice, man.
He's got
He's
a
from it.
pillowcase full of oranges.
He's literally from it. dude.
Crocodile in the passenger seat. Gator in the passenger seat of his car. Everyone's like, Masvidal is Florida, man.
Grew up in the Everglades, man. He is so Florida.
He's got a pet
So
mosquito.
He's the East Coast gangster.
And he's got a lengthy criminal record.
Right?
That's required for here.
But yeah, I don't know. Florida got a little big for its britches on this one.
Now this makes the BMF belt look really silly.
It really does.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
really makes it look like, why did they do that again? Like, It wouldn't have looked as silly if Masvidal won, is what I'm trying. Now it's like, what is that?
I mean,
Oh, dude, if Masvidal won, we would be invading Texas right now. It's like that's what
DeSantis is governor of Texas
Right.
too.
He would become governor of America. That's what I'm saying. Like, people don't realize what was on the line here.
But the concerts are banging. UFC events are entertaining.
You were about to see a riverboat gambling ship go up the St. Johns River and wage war on North Carolina. We were ready for it.
Now DeSantis one day will be governor of China.
Now it's back to the drawing board for old Florida. No, I felt like the only person cheering in the state of Florida when this happened, and
No, dude. I mean, everybody knew it was going to happen. Not the knockout, because Masvidal has never even been knocked out. But just everybody knew Usman was going to win.
Everyone thought there was going to be more foot stomping, and there was none of that. There
How
was
can a
no
man-
foot stomping. Remember the sparring?
It became a meme.
Where he's just like, like
I watched that.
That was goofy looking.
42 foot stomps in that fight.
I counted.
They counted. I watched a compilation. When we were at the weigh-ins, they were showing that fight. And the people in front of us, they were like, Masvidal, or they were like, Usman, stomp this man's feet. And they're like, stomp him again. And he stomps him again. I was dying. Yeah, it was amazing though. Like, I always, once again, I like to see the shit talking come full circle. I like to see
Everything on this card kind of came full circle. Man, like, it's so weird.
This card was like years in the making in a weird karmic way.
And now this is done. It's Jorge's done. I think he's just, I don't know what's next for either.
And
of these
Jacksonville
guys.
chanted "fuck Jake Paul," and it made me feel good about Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry
we
to bring
brought
that guy's
it.
name up here, but
No one's gonna get a card. I don't care where the next card's happening. It's not gonna be like this. It
No.
can't be.
Yeah. And I love that, DC was just like, don't play with me, boy. Don't fucking play with me, boy.
Oh, speaking of DC, the commentators in general.
their reactions.
We had some of the
we
best.
we were going insane.
We had the best Joe Rogan crazy faces we've ever seen.
Yeah, he was looking at everyone.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of that scene in Airplane where the person just keeps getting slapped and there's another person behind like, just freaking out.
Yeah. Because it was absolute pandemonium in this house.
Yeah.
When that Namajunas knockout happened, I lost my fucking shit, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a weird moment of synchronicity to feel that in a city of 1 million people, everyone was clowning on Joe Rogan's face at once. Like, that was our spirit bomb moment. We were all. There was no black or white, or there was no race, there was no creed, there was no religion here. For a split second, there was no political affiliations. There was just the whole of the city being like, Joe Rogan looks like a thumb. What is going on? We were all there with it, though. That was what it took to unite us as a people.
That was the spirit of Jacksonville in that
And that's
moment.
why he reached out. Oh my God!
I'm so proud of this city.
Yeah,
I'm just
absolutely.
so proud of this city for just coming out and just like, just
Tomorrow it's back to not being proud of the city.
you see, that's more of the spirit.
That's the ticket.
But hopefully they come back. But yeah, after this, I don't know what's next for Masvidal now. I guess he gets like the loser of Leon Edwards and Nate Diaz, possibly.
How many careers ended this match? Because all those Chinese people are going to be killed when they go back home with their L's. And then
already
Weidman
dead.
is... Don't let Weidman buy a gun. Or any, like, don't...
Oh, don't say that. He's
Don't let don't let Uriah Hall either. He seems very torn up about his last couple fights.
I hope Weidman got paid, man. Like, that's what I hope for.
I've never seen a man
Got
so
paid whatever his contract gives him, but I mean his surgery's all paid for, I'm sure too.
I'm just curious of what like the pay-per-view percentage is.
They don't get it. Only the belt title fights.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
But so we saw Zhang Weili. You think she? Well,
I think.
what's her? Yeah, what's going on with her future? Is the
Well, I
Rematch?
think that what you just said is legitimate too. I mean, it's Shanghai. She trains out of Shanghai, so I don't think she's gonna like get her passport taken away and her rights taken away or whatever. But
No, she's
know,
gonna get a rematch.
yeah,
Dana White
the
said that's
rematch might happen. They
Yeah.
don't really know. Really, I don't think it's as solid as the rematch with Colby Covington and Usman. Like that's definitely going to happen now.
How many-
What's next? That is done. That's a done deal now. Colby is next for Usman.
Yeah.
so everyone is
And
saying,
that's the one where everyone's like, okay, this might go to Covington because it was a close fight. That last fight was much closer than both of the Jorge fights. It's like Colby's mad because it's like, why did they even give this guy like a second shot? Just because he was on short notice. It's like,
You know what we get now, though? Probably guaranteed is Leon Edwards versus Masvidal. Because now Masvidal he's got no leg to stand on. He's going to want to fight
that
somebody.
is true, and they already fought technically.
Yeah.
And they have beef to settle. You
Yeah.
know?
where do you guys stand on the consensus that I've been seeing, where Kamaru is the most improved champion ever, in that he's the guy. No one has ever gotten as better as a champion as Usman has.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's
Yeah, because
He won, and he's like twice as good as he was when he
you
got
see
it.
that that's very visible, and
Which is why
on top of
everyone-
that, he's not only a better fighter, but he's also a much more entertaining fighter. He's not Snoozman anymore.
Well, that's
He's not
why
Snoozman anymore,
when you
man.
say
you cannot call him a boring fighter. If you're calling him a boring fighter now, you're a fucking idiot. I just gotta say, like
because when you say Covington stands a chance now, like I was, people were talking coming off of him, knocking Masvidal back in time, but everyone was like, Usman, it's not the same.
I know what you're thinking. It's like how much. Yeah, Colby can improve, Jorge can improve, but how much more is Usman gonna improve after this fight?
Yeah, I was hearing people say this proves that Covington doesn't stand a chance.
Covington got to the last round with this guy.
yeah, it's going to be a tough.
And he wasn't knocked out cold.
It's going to be a much tougher go than Masvidal every
Yeah.
time, but
And Masvidal's been ducking Covington for a while now for a fucking reason. They were roommates for like years, and I think
Well, you
there's-
play me in Xbox, but you won't fight me in
No,
real life, bro.
there's footage of him wrestling, and it's like Colby was definitely like alpha dogging him on the ground. Just
Yeah,
like
he's
he
just-
was the
he is
Colby
better.
was the one that was teaching Jorge like the moves.
Like,
So I was gonna say what I'm getting from this is how much of Masvidal was misplaced feelings and like weird emotions. And,
That's what I was gonna say. Is like as a casual fan myself, I was like turned on by Masvidal could do it. He could maybe do. But seeing this like kind of reassures me that what all the pros have been saying all this time is like, oh well, not all, but a lot of them have been like, no, Masvidal isn't what you guys think he is. And like everyone's like, no, Colby couldn't. Well, not everyone, but people are like, Masvidal would walk through Colby, and now I'm thinking like all the times Colby has talked like. We used to work out and I would finish him each time, and now I'm thinking how much of that is actually true? Because I used to think that Colby was just talking mad shit, but now it's like, how much is that actually
no, I don't think
real?
Colby is ever really lying about anything. He just acts like a douchebag.
No, he was about to get
Yeah.
cut from the UFC till he started becoming a douchebag,
And it worked.
Yeah.
And it worked. He has to be a full-on douchebag that's his whole career. That's why I'm a big fan.
It's crazy, but it worked.
by
and it
this
keeps his
time
name in the
next
conversation.
year, if you're not walking into the ring in floppy red shoes and full clown makeup, you're just not gonna be able to fucking hang.
Like, if you don't have that, you're out of here.
Like we're getting the polka dot pants and fucking bow ties to shoot water, man. It's getting bad.
They're gonna walk in just like NFL quarterbacks now. Is that basically what you're
Who's
saying?
gonna get the Blue Man Group to be a part of their walkout, dude? That would be so good.
Right? It's
Let's not go towards the Jake Paul style
Oh yeah, no, it's more of a circus.
sporting
Jeez.
event. Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. That sounds like the Jake Paul card. Triller.
What?
Triller.
I mean, what a card though. Can't say enough Fucking awesome.
This just cements it.
I wanted to send the Uriah Hall fight to my dad and just be like, Dad, check it out. Like, I know that you're purely gonna see this man and the flag in the corner, and then you're gonna smile, and you're gonna feel like you did something, Dad, like you were a part of this somehow, and that's what this is all about. This is why Rose won for all those people, for all those dudes crying at home who are like, we won.
You know, the same thing. I have a fight I want to show one of my parents is the Namajunas fight. My mom will be so happy that this happened.
Yeah, this was good. It was fun for the whole family. Get everyone involved. Show it to your kid. I'm going to show you the Uriah Hall fight to my kids.
This card will go down in history as just historic, dude. It's fucking amazing. It's uncanny.
Yeah, it really takes the wind out of next week's episode.
It's back to the regular fight nights.
This isn't a bad one. It's not a bad one at all.
There's some good ones coming up. Man.
Give me the fattest fight on next week's card.
Reyes, the main one. Reyes versus Prochazka.
I like Dominic.
Dominic Reyes, the widow's peak that runs all the way to the nose.
I think this is an easy bet in my head. I think Prochazka is just gonna take this one. Steal this one out of Dominic's hands. Easy, man. Have you guys seen him fight?
Yep.
He's a very, very awkward fighter. Like,
Is that Cub Swanson on this one too?
yeah,
Why is he getting Reyes, you think, 2 fights into the UFC?
Because he's literally been on like a 9-10 fight win streak. And it's like 24 KOs. Like, Prochazka is like insanely fucking
Those are other
dangerous.
promotions though, right?
Yeah, most of his career is Ryzen. Yeah, this is he knocked out, he finished Volkan Ozdemir.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he finished him early in the second round, and Ozdemir could not figure him out. The way he fights is just weird. Like, he fights holding both of his hands like this, with his guard down, like this. That's how he stands. Like,
because
like just looks forward.
I only saw the Ozdemir fight, so I don't know enough to really make a educated pick.
Yeah, I think it's easily Prochazka. He's way too just crafty. He's very crafty, very, very tricky. He's had 24 KOs, man, out of 27 wins. So I think it's very likely that he can. And he's just been fighting. He's from the Czech Republic, dude. Like, he's been checking people his whole fucking career, dude. Literally.
Nice.
He's a fucking checker, dude.
A chubby checker. Oh, man.
Sponsored by.
I mean, that's a good fight. Dominic Reyes always puts on a show. You know they're going to stand and fucking beat the shit out of each other.
I think this is going to shock people.
All right. I hope so. That sounds good.
In my gut, I feel like this is going to be a shocker. It's going to be a crazy fight.
Ready for it.
Yeah, stand-up fight. And then we got the co-main, Cub Swas versus Giga Chikadze.
I'm a Cub man.
I didn't know about Cub until he beat Crone because I'm a casual fan. And once he beat Crone, I was
that
like,
was
oh,
unexpected.
man. Because, I mean, I know the Gracie family, so yeah, it was unexpected for me as a casual, too. Like, well, that's a Gracie, definitely going to submit Cub.
He's been in the UFC for so long.
Yeah.
If I'm not backing a man named Cub Swanson, am I even American?
It's the most American name
The Georgian
possible.
is good, though, man. I think Cub Swanson is going to be an underdog, and that's a pretty tempting underdog to take if you're betting. So, maybe I think Cub Swanson has a good chance, but it's no guarantee for sure.
This is going to be... I think this is kind of a similar situation with the main event. I think Giga is just a little crafty. The way he stands with people is like he's a little tricky and crafty, and he knows how to use his distance.
Okay.
I think it's gonna go to Giga. Even though I like, I want Cubs. I'm gonna bet. I'm gonna bet on what I want. I want Cub Swanson to win.
Noticed a trend here. We had all the Chinese fighters in the last card. Now we have people with asterisks and shit in their names on this one. There's just a lot of them.
Just a whole column of them.
It's funny.
But
A lot of Z's and fucking.
This is harder than the last one. For sure.
Each card, it's like we're just like waging war on like a different quadrant of the world.
Isn't that? It almost seems like that. Yeah.
One year
like-
card. Sometimes the cards are all Africans, and it's like
I feel like they're saying they're just like. I feel like they're just grouping these people on one private plane, and
Guys,
that's
by the time
how they're
we're
saving
at, like,
money.
the 60th episode, we're gonna be scholars, dude.
Oh yeah,
We're gonna know how to pronounce anything
true. That's probably true.
because we have a fiduciary responsibility here.
Wait, how many
to pronounce
episodes?
these
I think it's gonna be like 6,000 probably. Before we really know what we're talking about, or never.
They'll think of episodes like we think of fight cards. They'll be like, "Remember episode 261, man? That
Yeah.
was wild."
Yeah, that's like saying
Banger. One
Nick
for the
broke
ages.
his leg
Get
out of
there,
nowhere.
Mm.
And then we
We
got a light,
gotta start burning through these.
light heavyweight bout with Kutulabe or
Yeah,
Laba.
Kutilaba, man. I would take him on versus Jacoby because I think he's gonna be pretty much even money. Also, yeah, I think he's got the upper hand there. Sean Strickland versus Jotko.
Sean.
Fuck, both of these guys
Sean.
are good, but Strickland, yeah, I would probably give him the edge. Davashvili is probably the best pick you can make of the night. I think Merab is gonna beat Cody Stamen.
Sean
for
Strickland's last fight ended with him.
Come on, Jack.
Yeah, he was
Come on,
fighting.
Jack. Show me what you got, Jack.
He wanted the other guy. It was the other guy's last fight, and he wanted it to be a good fight. So he's like, "I'll let you punch me in the face for the last 20 seconds of this fight."
No, he's like literally, I'm gonna give you a chance to win right now. And like in the middle of the fight, it was the UFC Apex, so you could clearly hear what the fuck
sure.
he's
Yeah,
saying.
he's a wild man, bro.
And he's just like, let's go right here, right now.
And then
Come
there
on,
was
Jack.
Rock'em Sock'em robots in the middle of the ring.
And he was fucking him up, dude. Like that's when the showboating is like, I think, not uncalled for. It's like that's when you do the showboating. That's when you do the silly shit.
When you're fighting a guy that just wants to like throw out the beach towel and lay on.
When you know you got this, when you know everything's like in your way.
Max
you,
Holloway's the best at it. I gotta say.
Oh,
right
Oh
now.
yeah, that the fucking jab where he's
Can't,
not even
it doesn't.
looking.
It doesn't get better than that.
That's
yeah.
iconic,
Oh,
man.
Yeah. But,
Can't wait to see more of Max.
Yeah, take Strickland.
And the standing bang moment, one of my favorite of all time in the
Oh,
UFC.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking. So I'm taking Merab on over Stamen. What do you guys think?
I'll take Rob.
Yeah.
I'll take Cody.
All
I
right.
got your back, Cody.
I love Cody.
This women's flyweight fight, Botello versus Luana Carolina. I got no pick on this one. I don't know if you guys do. Yeah, I wouldn't risk any goulash on that.
I bet it all on the red, white, and blue.
But I would take in this strawweight fight. I would take Luana Pinheiro over Randa Marcos. Marcos, I think, has lost like
Look
three
at
of the
that
last
record,
4.
man.
Yeah, I know it's rough looking, but it's because she's been in the damn UFC so long. I think she's been in it since the beginning. Man, she's got a shitload of fights. Man, yeah, I don't know though. Shit,
I would pick Luana
yeah, I don't know.
personally.
Marcos has beat people like Angela Hill and
I'm just doing the statistics here in the, in my head here, and just the numbers are looking like Luana's gonna win this. I mean,
yeah. It's
I mean,
Crunch
very likely.
the numbers and
I guess you got to be
I
real
mean,
about
if you put these numbers in front of a 5-year-old's face, who do you think
Could be
the
a
5-year-old's
definitive
gonna
answer
pick?
here.
Put these numbers on an abacus. What do you think's gonna happen?
It's like, does the triangle go in the triangle hole or the circle hole? In my head, but who knows? I might be a dumb fucking 4-year-old. Who knows? So
we got Gabriel Benitez versus Jonathan Pierce.
yeah.
Got no pick on that really. I will take Kamako over T.J. Brown.
I'll take Kamaka too. Then there's Lauma Bokmomi,
I'm gonna take
and
Bone Me.
Sam Hughes.
Yeah.
I kind of looked into Loma, and she's from Thailand, and she's just been competing Muay Thai for like her whole.
She's a
fucking
beast.
life.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, man. I think that's all Loma, and then we got a middleweight bout with Andreas.
That one's kind of interesting.
McCaldis versus KB Bular.
Man, I don't know.
I would
Most
probably.
of these people.
Same.
I'd probably take Buller.
KB.
Yeah, that's a cool name. Just have 2 letters as your first name.
That's a thing that they do in the Middle East.
That's tight.
I think they like name their kids.
That's easy to write down. You know, you just do it quick.
I just know like a lot of Middle Eastern fighters have like like GG as their fucking like.
Good game.
That sounds like, I would assume it's a word that they just, it's got like a character that there's no English representation of.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then there's
It's in Cyrillic or something.
yeah, it's odd. And then there's Luke Sanders versus Felipe Colares. This is a featherweight bout.
I take Felipe on this, the younger prospect here.
I take Luke Sanders.
All right, little competition.
Starting off,
Yeah, man,
fight.
that's cool.
Right.
Get the night started right.
Yeah,
Get the
it's-
juices.
Should be good.
Spicy. And then right after that, we got Sanhagen and Dillashaw on the next card.
That's
We
gonna
don't-
be
we don't-
awesome.
No, we don't.
Dillashaw's on this guy?
Yeah.
No, not this
no,
card. The
no,
next
no,
one
no.
after Prochazka.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, wait.
UFC fight night.
Yeah, no,
but that's
he's on
literally
the way
the-
at the early prelims. that would be the best.
That would be so
fucking
great.
Joke
No.
ever. Yeah, Dillashaw. This is what you get for fucking cheating, dude. Taking EPOs and shit. Now you have to.
You're an
fucking perform
earlier-
in the prelims.
You're earlier-
Pick a
don't
ram
even
section of our fights
You don't
tonight.
even get pay-per-view numbers,
That would
man.
be funny.
That would be hilarious.
They put him against CM Punk in the early prelims.
No, they give him like a contender. Like,
Yeah.
not even.
Whoever.
Give him Jake Paul. No, don't.
That'd be tight.
That would
See?
be, yeah.
See, you guys, there's a waste bin for these guys now. There's like a trash heap. There's like, you become a, it's
Let's say JP so the algorithm doesn't pick us up.
it's like when you become a
Code word JP.
Yeah.
It's like when you become a washed up basketball player here, and when you can't hang anymore, you go over to China and you become the second best player over there. It's just crazy now that if you're a completely washed up joke of a fighter where no one even takes your name seriously now we've got Triller there to just be the retirement home for like in the it's like the I don't know.
It sounds cooler than
It's like the
Dazn.
VH1 of the UFC or something.
It's UFC. It's fighting for like
It's the
children.
flavor of love. Or
It's marketed toward children. I think
It's the
like
daytime television
Dana White said
of
it
fighting.
like Dana White said it perfectly. He's like, listen, there's a market for these things. He's like, but I don't do that. He's like, I don't do that. He's like, I host like I built a company. Like throughout.
He wasn't really being a hater on it though. He's like, there's a market and that's fine. They can do whatever they want. That's just
Yeah.
not what I do.
It's like there's name brand, and then there's like Walmart brand, like store brand. But it's like this is, and then there's like gas station brand. You know, like
That's what it felt
They're the
like.
Ed Hardy. You
Like,
know,
They thought it's like they thought the Justin Bieber stuff and the performances was gonna make it so much more better than like a promotion like UFC or ONE FC.
You
or
can't
like
polish a
legit-
turd. That's a
You
saying
can't-
that just
like that
always
doesn't
works.
like that would the thing you did for your own promotion would ruin every other fucking promotion. You're doing everything wrong. Everything.
not good.
Your fights are obviously fixed. You're nothing. You don't deserve to be here. I hope you make no money for the rest of your fucking history. Fuck you, Triller.
Nice.
Your shareholders are retarded.
they're gonna make money, man. They're gonna make money because someone's always gotta. They're willing to be nastier than you are. Like they're willing
Fake
to.
numbers. Fake numbers.
They're
is
willing
what
to
you
do
are.
all the despicable things. They're like, yeah, let's just like make what I'm sure Triller has propositioned like female UFC fighters like, have you considered fighting in Jello? And they're like, what are you saying to me? And I'm sure that like, you know,
Wait, you said that didn't process it. Like, Gel. I thought that was like a company. Or
like, have
something.
you considered fighting in like Jello, maybe like Mountain Dew or chocolate? I'm sure Triller's like throwing it past them. And
chocolate covered jujitsu.
yeah, and I'm sure
have you
they're
ever
like, what's the
considered fighting for Netflix?
yet, and yet,
It's like Jake Paul's like, I got this Disney Plus deal where we're gonna fight John Jones on the card. Like, you know, I don't know. Like it's getting sillier.
We're fighting on a giant Domino's pizza, though.
Right.
I think
Papa's in the octagon.
Papa's got to fight his way back into the fans' hearts.
you want to fight the Burger King mascot.
The king?
Yeah, the king. The king.
Such an intimidating name.
It's like, who is this guy?
From a flame broiled background.
He has like a porcelain
The king's
face.
got Connor in his corner giving him tips.
You'll do nothing.
Imagine just like inviting.
You gotta reap the knee.
Imagine just pulling in some legit person like Tyrone Woodley in a conference room and going, "You're not gonna fight Jake Paul here. You're gonna fight the McDonald's mascot."
But we got the
But the
Hamburglar.
thing is, it's going to be
We couldn't get Ronald.
Lomachenko in the mascot.
We couldn't make a deal with Ronald. We got the burglar.
It's like it's gonna get there soon. We're not too far away from that with
Oh
boxing.
my god, it's gonna be Ngannou and Volkov, and they're gonna be like, "Have you considered fighting in Jello?" Oh man. Okay, so what do you guys? Hold up, really quickly. What do you guys think of this whole Usman and Ngannou becoming like the African power couple?
No, it's not. It's a African trio, dude. It's Israel Adesanya.
He's in there too.
He's a champion. What do you mean?
No, but Usman's giving Ngannou wrestling tips, and Ngannou's giving Usman striking tips.
A lot of them train with each other.
I think they train. I think they all train with because they all consider themselves like the African three, the trio.
The three meat trio.
Yeah, they're literally. I saw a promotion by the UFC with all three of them lined up. Like, we got 3 African champions now. What type shit? And it's like,
Ooh.
yeah.
Africa is the Mexico of China. And I can say that. I'm Central American and black.
Good
Just
fuck.
covering all the bases here.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys don't have to worry about that. That's just...
Are you straight?
you won't be able to hear that. Get that out.
I was going to mention something. Oh, yeah. McGregor's fucking insane.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Lost it,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
Like,
Usman, you jacked my
stole my
steez with
straight.
that left hook and the right straight. Like,
yeah. It's like now, I mean, yeah,
It's
the
not
trash
even-
talk, yes.
It's not even what he did.
The
Right.
trash talk and all that shit that Usman, like the mannerisms, yes, like he got that all from you. But come on, dude, like you having, I don't want to say that. You can't. You gotta give him credit. Like, he's not giving Usman credit for that beautiful fucking like masterpiece.
No,
that
I'm
was put
seeing
on there, you know?
Connor's
It's like-
shit for what it is. He gets drunk as fuck when he watches the fights, and he gets mad that he's
gets
not
on
in there,
Twitter, yeah.
and he gets on Twitter and
Immediately gets on Twitter. Yeah.
he's like, "That should be me," because he's drunk as shit and he doesn't make good
and
decisions.
he's literally like, I feel good at 170. He's
Yeah.
like, I feel good, you know. I put him out in 40 seconds and at 170, and it's like, Connor, that was a former lightweight, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you only fought lightweights at 170. It's like Usman is like, he doesn't even walk in anywhere near 170 in the octagon, dude. Like, Usman has to walk in at the octagon at least 190. At least, dude. He does not look 170. I mean, come on. You're going to
Bray
tell
Jack.
me that guy walks in the octagon at 170? Like, no, he doesn't.
No, definitely not.
He weighs in at 170, but then he fucking,
Yeah,
like
they all
all
gain
fighters. Yeah,
20
like all
pounds
fighters,
at least.
yeah.
Yeah. They get fat as fuck.
I think he's missing that calculation. Like, Usman could never in his life fight at featherweight. He'd
No.
never even start. Like, it's absolutely bonkers, man. I don't think Dana's gonna let this happen. If Conor legitimately wants that, I don't think it could happen. I think.
Usman's head weighs 45 pounds, so he'd have to make the rest of his body weigh 100 somehow. That ain't gonna happen.
It's like. Anyways, yeah, that's all I had to say about
Yeah.
Yeah.
that.
Well, I think we are done, boys. Good episode. Appreciate anybody tuning in. As always, if you're listening, watch us on YouTube and subscribe to that if you can. And if you're watching, listen to the podcast if you can't watch the
Yeah.
whole thing. So yeah,
It's where we're all podcast you found.
Yeah, Erware. So
This is an important one for us. You know,
right here. in
It
the
was a nice
backyard.
aperitif after the three-ring circus of last week, you know. It was funny because we were like, is there any legitimacy in anything anymore? And then as soon as Chris Weidman's leg snapped, it's like, this is the most legitimate thing I've ever seen.
This is real. Yeah. This is what we wanted, man. Not that bullshit that happened the other week, man.
When Chris Weidman broke his leg, I heard him say, yes, 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 let me feel something. And I clenched my teeth with him, and we both had blood vessels pop in our eyes, and I was like, this is reality. This is the human experience. As I twisted a knife into my leg. We're back.
Yeah. It's official. First full audience card. We killed it. Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jax.
Good luck next city at being not us.
What if it's like the most boringest one?
It would be. No.